So Gopashtami was basically promotion of Krishna in his job. So what was Krishna doing? Krishna, when he was young, when he was in the Kumar Avastha, he was called as Vatsapalka. What is Vatsapalka? It is the person who herds calves, small little calves, which they take in the forest, not too far, just like on the boundaries. That is called a Vatsapalka. First, I would like to tell you how the age distribution was when Krishna was here. From age 1 to 5, it was Kumar Avastha. From age 6 to 10, it was Poganda Avastha. 11 to 15, it was Kishore Avastha. And from 16 onwards, it was Yovan. But this age distribution was more for the Bhauma Vrindavan, the Vrindavan that we have back in India. But in Goloka, Krishna's age is always in Kishore Avastha. To be very precise with what his age is, it is 15 years, 9 months, and 7.5 days old. Not a day more, not a day less. He always stays on this age only. And same for Radharani. Radharani's age in Goloka Vrindavan is 14 years, 2 months, 15 days old. Again, no 1 day plus minus. So Krishna basically wanted to get promoted to Gopalaka. That was a second stage which happens after you come in Poganda age, that is from age 6 to 10. So Krishna was now 6 years old and he wanted to go ahead and herd the cows. He wanted to go take them deep into the forest. Uh, this Gopashtami came exactly after Brahma Vimohana Leela. So uh, this was just a brief description I gave about the ages. Now we'll get a little bit into the story of Gopashtami. So one day, Yashodama in the afternoon, she was talking to Abhinandan's wife. Now Nanda Maharaj had his own, like including himself, there were 7 siblings. Nanda Maharaj's eldest brother was Upananda. His second eldest brother was Abhinandan, and then himself, Nanda Maharaj. Then his younger brothers were Sananda and Nandan. And then he had 2 younger sisters also. So Abhinandan's wife was talking to Yashodama. Yashodama had complete anxiety and anxiousness when she was talking, and the point of discussion was that how is Krishna becoming big? I guess all the mothers in this conference right now will be able to relate to it very well. So her matter of discussion was nowadays Krishna is taking his bath on his own. And then he's dressing up also on his own. The work that I used to do for him, decorating him with things, he wants to do on his own. After doing all these things on his own, he comes out of his room and gives me Dandvat Pranam. So Abhinandan's wife was like, this is awesome, amazing. You should be really happy. But Yashodama was like, what do you mean I should be very happy? My child is growing up. So this matter of concern, all the mothers in this conference will understand when we look back at the pictures of our kids. Our child is growing. Mother Yashoda was very anxious with this thing. And the same thing was happening with Nanda Maharaj also. Nanda Maharaj was seeing that Krishna was talking to his younger brothers, Sananda and Nandan, under a tree, and he was having a good time. He was laughing, smiling, giggling. Nanda Maharaj got excited, went there, and Krishna stopped talking. And he got up and he left. And that was a matter of concern for Nanda Maharaj. Why is he not talking to me? And then he asked his brothers, what is the matter? Why is he interacting so much with you guys and not with me? What about me? And they laughed at it and said that do you know what your child Krishna was saying? Your child is saying that he is very concerned about his Baba, Nand Maharaj. He is getting old. He goes early in the morning to herd the cows deep into the forest, and by the time he comes back, it's deep night and he's tired. I cannot see his tired face. Nanda Maharaj should give me this responsibility of herding the cows now. So if you see, basically what Krishna was doing was he was building up his bases to submit a strong CV to get upgraded, to get promoted to Gopalaka. So these are the things that he was doing, taking care of himself on his own without Yashoda Ma. And then he was talking about Nanda Maharaj with his chachas. So why? The question is, why was Krishna so eager and so persistent on getting promoted so quickly to Gopalaka? So it is not very, very specifically mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam also, but in Canto 10, yes, in Canto 10, chapter 15, verse 1, they have given a slight description about Gopashtami. So it is not very mentioned deeply, it is quite a condensed form because Bhagavatam was spoken in about 7 days only. And there is a lot to speak about, and hence 7 days was too less. So Vyasadeva had to condense it a little bit so that he could deliver all the knowledge to Parikshit Maharaj. But our acharyas have actually helped us understand these leelas even far better. So there were certain reasons that were given to why Krishna wanted to be promoted to this Gopalaka stage so quickly. The first one out of them, Krishna had a lot of more leelas to do. He had a lot of more demons to kill. But it was becoming difficult when Mother Yashoda was keeping a constant eye on him. When you are a Vatsapalaka, well, the person who herds only calves, you are given only a certain boundary where you can go and herd the calves. You cannot go beyond that. So Mother Yashoda would keep a constant eye on Krishna's well-being. And similarly, other gopi mothers in the village would also take care of this thing, that Krishna is not going out of our eyesight. And Krishna had to, because he had a lot of leelas to perform. And now these leelas were actually waiting. So he was very persistent on getting promoted. So so the house in which Krishna used to stay, the terrace that I guess we all understand, is was very high. So Mother Yashoda, even while cooking food, she would run upstairs just to have a quick eye on where her son is, and then she would just like feel content, come down, do the same thing again. So he was under constant supervision. So he wanted to get out of it for a reason that he had more leelas to perform. Then the second reason that the acharyas have explained is also that Krishna wanted to spend some time with Nand Maharaj, with Baba. So why? Why do you want to spend extra time with Baba? So the whole thing was Krishna was only 10 years, 7 months old when he left for Mathura. And he was already 6 now. He knew that he had a very short amount of time. So we all can relate with this. Kids generally spend more time with their mothers in the initial stage of their life. Kids are there in a womb for 9 months, then you breastfeed them. They like to cuddle up more to mothers than to fathers. It's after the age of 6, 5 that kids start, warming up more to the fathers. And same was the situation with Krishna and Nanda Maharaj. So acharyas have also explained that he also wanted to give some good time to Nanda Maharaj because he knew he will be leaving for Mathura and will not come back again. And the third reason that is also explained was he wanted to train all the gopis, the mother gopis, and his own mother Yashoda uh, to stay away from him, like the viraha thing. He wanted them to be trained in the mode of separation also, because when a calf herder does the job, he comes back, he goes late in the morning, comes back in between the afternoon. So it is a job of mere 3-4 hours. But when a cow herder has to go, he has to go deep into the forest with so many cows. So he leaves early in the morning and comes back late in the night. This was also one of the very, very strong reason why Yashoda Mata did not want Krishna to get promoted to this level, because For example, us mothers, when our kids go to the school for the first time, the first day of their first ever school, the anxiety that we have, we can understand what anxiety Mother Yashoda had for Krishna. Like getting separated from Krishna was completely unbearable. So those not few hours, actually 10, 12 hours were unbearable for Mother Yashoda. Is the reason why she completely did not support it. And then the fourth reason that acharyas have explained is the cows. Cows also began to ask Krishna, when will you give us time? Krishna could speak the language. He knew how to communicate with cows. So the calves would go have leelas with Krishna, and then they would come up very excited in the evening and tell their mother cows that we had such a fun day. We played with Krishna, he pulled my tail, we took a bath in river Yamuna, we ate this fruit, we jumped over the rock. So with that excitement and the love that they used to see in the eyes of the calf, they wanted to feel it. They wanted to have that association of Krishna so that they could be in that blissful movement too. But it was not possible for them because Krishna was still young. And Krishna would tell them, calm down, I will come there, I will be a Gopalaka very soon, you have to give me some more time. So one of the reasons that acharyas have explained is the cows were waiting desperately for Krishna's association. So here I would also like to talk about Goprem a little bit. Krishna always wanted Goprem cow love, just like we hanker for Krishna prem. Krishna seeks Goprem because that is what he has always been doing in Goloka Vrindavan. So in Goloka Vrindavan, Krishna doesn't go around killing demons. This is not what happens up there. That is a very blissful place. Nothing or such negative, dirty things happen over there. It is in Bhoma, Vrindavan, and all where he had to kill all the demons. So, but actually, what he does over there, it's just very nice, blissful. He's herding his cow, he's having good time with them. So, this is what he wanted to do the same thing on Bhauma Vrindavan also. So, his love for Goprem was intense. Now, now we can look at this example. When we love somebody, we try to put their name in everything. Say, for example, the password of my laptop will also have my kid's name or something like that. I should not give out that. But ATM passwords, factory name, house name, everything goes behind our loved one's name, right? For example, Usha Sadan, Pushpa Nivas, whatever. Just like that, if you see for Krishna, it is Goloka. Here he's mentioning the cow. His friends, Gopa, Gopis, Govardhan Hill, Gokula, and then he's also called as Gopal and Govinda. We know it is behind, named after the cows. So here on Gopashtami, it is suggested, not only on Gopashtami, for us, it is suggested that Go Prema Go Seva should be the most Uttam Shreni thing that we should do, the most highest thing that we should be doing. Then one of the reasons also that is described by the acharyas is the trees and the creepers in the forest. They were not any souls who had done some sinful activities and got transformed into a tree, that you have to be in tree. No, they were nice devotees who had done tapasya for thousands and thousands of years just to get the association of Krishna when he has his Leela in Vrindavan. So they were desperately waiting for when will that day arrive when we will be able to be in association, close association with Krishna. So this is one very small and nice Leela which I heard today. It was the branches of the trees, when they saw Krishna coming in their forest, would bend down automatically to touch the lotus feet of the Krishna. And then it would realize, I'm being selfish. I don't have to do my sense gratification. I have to rather provide shade to my Krishna. Then they would go up, providing him shade. They would rise high up to give him nice shade. And again, they would realize what a separation I have from my Krishna. And then they would bend down again and go back to Krishna's lotus feet. And then again, they had a realization of, no, I have to serve my Krishna. And then they would go up again. This would go on and on and on. This would make like a kunja of the branches, a spiral of the branches. And this is how Krishna gets his name, Kunja Bihari. And one last reason that I heard in the lectures for why Krishna wanted to get promoted was even Bhumi Devi was waiting desperately to come in association with Krishna. She wanted Krishna's feet to be on her. She was waiting for that day. So she was also praying to Krishna, please come give me her association. Because Krishna, Mother Yashoda would never leave Krishna. So Krishna was always with Mother Yashoda, and all of them would never get association of Krishna. So their deep devotional cries made Krishna even persistent of getting the promotion as soon as possible. So these are the reasons why Krishna wanted to get promoted to what was that? Gopalaka. So now there is again a short description that I will be giving about Krishna's friend because it is also related with the story. So Krishna had sakhas. Sakhas is friend. So one of the like he had categories of friends. Even we have such categories of friend, right? One very intense friend, one very hi hello friend, one just colleagues. So Krishna had amazing friends. You see, Suhriday Sakha. So Suhriday Sakha were the sakhas that would protect him, take care of him, were elder to him, like Balaram. Like Krishna, did you eat mud? Krishna, walk straight, do not go there. Such kind of instructions out of protection, out of care, out of love would come out from Suryaday Sakhas. Then the second type of Sakhas he had were Sadharan Sakha. Sadharan Sakha was, they were younger to him and they would do more of his seva. So he would like, they would help when he would lie down in the forest. Then they would like massage him, give massage on his leg and head. So this is like seva. Seva they would do. They are called Sadharan Sakha, and they were like examples were Deva Prastha, Chandan, Vishad. These were all Sadharan Sakha. And then there was Priya Sakha. Now Priya Sakha is Madhumangal, Sridham, Dham, Vasudham. They are equal to Krishna. Equal to Krishna as in just by age. They could kid around with Krishna. Like Madhumangal could say easily to Krishna, give me 2 more extra laddus, then I'll pray to Radharani to have her mercy on you. Then Krishna would say, no, no, you eat 5 more laddus, but please ask Radharani to have her mercy on me. So, this kind of exchanges they had, very friendly. And then the fourth category of the sakhas were Priya Narma Sakha. Priya Narma Sakha were the sakhas where he would share his heart out, where he could openly talk about Radharani, that I miss Radharani, I want to have her association. So Subhala, Gandharva, Pushpank, all these were his Priya Narma Sakha, out of which Shubhal was one of the most prominent Priya Narma Sakha. This description of the Sakhas was given by Bhakti Vedanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. So one day all these sakhas were sitting together and they started teasing Krishna. So like Madhumangal and Sridham, they were teasing Krishna. I think Krishna,
So,
you are
Mother,
not.
sorry to interrupt. Just to clarify, so Suhriday Sakha, they are most intimate.
Yeah, Prabhu, they are more like protecting. They are, all of them are very close to Krishna, but they
Okay,
have different relationships with Krishna as per their age and way they behave.
got it. Thank you, sir.
So
Thank you.
Balram was true Hriday Sakha. He used to protect Krishna and others were also there. So one day all the Sakhas were teasing him that I don't really think you are real son of Yashodama and Nanda Maharaj. And Balram also got along with them. Yes, he is adopted. He's not our real brother. And Krishna started crying. Like, why are you talking to me like that? What makes you say that I'm adopted? So they started saying, see, you are so dark skinned. Look at Yashodama, she is so fair. Look at Nand Maharaj, he is so fair, and you are such dark skinned boy. Then Balram adds to it that, yeah, one day there was somebody having a little black boy in the basket crying. So we just picked him up because there was nobody to take care of him. He cried so much. He came back home crying, upset, and he cried so much he would not tell what happened to Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. And it's like, because of you, you don't listen to me, this is happening. And then finally he told that Balram is telling that I am not your real son. So Mother Yashoda did not believe. It's like, what are you saying? Why would Balram say that? Well, no, no, you think he protects me? He doesn't protect me. He's making fun of me. He's telling that I am not your real son. And he keeps crying. And then Balram also said, Ma, I am not lying. He's lying. You know who lies. So then they are not able to pacify Krishna. Krishna keeps crying. He's like, what you want us to do, you tell. And then he's like, you are not promoting me to Gopalaka stage. This is the reason why nobody is giving me respect. Until unless you don't do that, how am I going to get respect? So you are making it difficult for me. So they're like, okay, fine. We agree to whatever you say. You will get promoted to Gopalaka stage, but it doesn't happen overnight. Things don't work like this. We have to work with our Panditji. We have to figure out a good muhurat for it. It doesn't happen like this. It's like, but you accepted that you're going to get me promoted. Mother Yashoda says, yes, I accept it. And then Krishna's Yogmaya works. And then comes a priest suddenly. And it's like, Nand Maharaj and Yashoda Mara is at shock, but they greet them, take them, receive them with all generosity, and then they ask them, "How come you are here today?" Well, just I was passing by the village and I came in to see you all. It's like, now that you're here, can you please help us find a very, very good day for my child's initiation to become a Gopalaka? And then they sit together and they find that the eighth lunar day, month of Kartik, of the waxing moon in the Shravan constellation on a Wednesday, is the most auspicious day. Today is Sunday. It's not exactly like how it was that day when Krishna got initiated, but it is still a very auspicious day because it's again the eighth lunar day, month of Kartik, which is a waxing moon. So this was the day selected, which was absolutely after 2 or 3 days. Krishna was happy, very happy. And things with Krishna's life did not happen like very smooth, like how it happens with us. No, he's Krishna. So everything was a festival was arranged, which went on for 3 days. There is festival for anything when it comes to Krishna. When he smiles, there is a festival for 3 to 4 days. When he walks, there is a festival. When he crawls, there is a festival. When he eats the first grain, there is a festival. So, festival was a part of their life. So, there was a 3 days huge festival arranged. Intense decoration was done. All the cows. How many cows did Nanda Maharaj have? He had 9 lakh cows. All the cows were decorated with all the possible jewels we can think of. And Krishna was beautiful. He was decorated so well. He was all ready to go and to get graduated to a new post. So there is also one fun leela which came in between when there was preparations were made for Gopashtami. Brahma Brahma realized that Krishna, I can take Mahaprasad from directly from Krishna's hand. How will he do, how will he do that? So he thought, I will get transformed into a fish and get into the Yamuna river. And when Krishna washes his hand, when you eat food, you have little food stuck on your hand, right? So when he washes his hand in the river, I will just come close there and I'll eat that grain and I will get the Mahaprasad. So Krishna obviously knew that Brahmaji is there in the water. So when he went to wash his hand, he did not put his hand in the river. He picked up little water from his other hand, left hand, and then he washed it on the side, indicating that these amazing Mahaprasads are for my amazing devotees, which are there in Vrindavan. So this was a very nice Leela, which I came to know about today in the morning only. And before this festival happening, at night, Yashoda Ma was asking Krishna that this forest is very prickly. You're going to hurt your feet. Why don't you start wearing nice footwear when you go? And Krishna was like, no, how can I wear a footwear, Ma, if my cows are not wearing footwear? I am the servant of the cows. We should try and imagine this thing that Krishna is calling himself as a servant of the cows. How important and auspicious cows are for us. So he would not agree that I will not wear a footwear, come what may. So he told his mother Yashoda, why don't you make footwear for all the cows over here? If they wear footwears, I will also wear footwear. Mother Yashoda said it's absolutely impossible. There are 9 lakh cows into 436 lakh footwears in a night. How am I going to make it? So then he said, then forget about it. Even I don't need footwear. When they were having this talk, the cows could hear it, and they realized that our Krishna will have to go into that forest where, like, the soil is not very soft, where there are thorns. They could not bear it, that because of them, Krishna will have to go through this pain quietly without anybody's guidance. All the cows went into the forest, and all the cows did kind of stampede just to make the soil very soft. Their tears were falling into the soil because, out of ecstasy, the love for Krishna, and like remembering how much Krishna loves us, they kept crying, and the milk would spill a little bit in the soil, and they keep stamping it. It became very, very soft. This is why the Braj Bhumi's mud is called as Reti, something that is very, very soft. So they made this soft one for Krishna, and then they came back. So that day, when Krishna got initiated to a higher post where he was declared as Gopalika, he was allowed to go to the one and herd all the cows. And with cows also came their calves and the goats. And there were other Gopas also who were there with him. So Mother Yashoda was too much anxious and had too much anxiety in herself. And then she kept checking and stopping Krishna from growing. They would start leaving, and Mother Yashoda would be, wait, Krishna, I think your something is not right. What is not right? I'll just fix this mala that you have. Okay, now you can go. Again, Krishna would start moving. Krishna, wait. This over here, your cloth is not very okay. You're fixed now. She would just keep doing that because she did not have the heart to let Krishna go, because she knew that once he goes, he will start doing this every day, and then she will not be able to have association of Krishna as long as she used to. Then finally they left. They left, and that day is actually called as Gopashtami. There are many acharyas where I have heard two kind of leelas, where once in one place I've heard Prabhu's saying that that day also Radharani wanted to meet Krishna, and Krishna also wanted to meet Radharani. And how would she do that? So she dressed up like a Gopa in all the Gopas over there. And she dressed up like a Gopa so that she could go quietly with everybody and herd the cows and spend the day with Krishna, because that is going to be one of the longest days she'll get to spend with Krishna after he starts herding the cow. So that is one of the story that I've heard. And there is one more story which has a little more um, details in it, where they went to the jungle, to the forest to herd the cows, and there Krishna is sitting and he's missing Radharani a lot. And then he talks to his friend Subhal, the one who falls in the Priya Narma category. He talks to him, Subhal, I am missing Radha. How about I get an opportunity to meet her? And Subal will be like, what do you mean by an opportunity to meet her? How can you meet her? She's in her in law's place. How are you going to meet her? I was like, no, but there can be some way if you want. And Subal got scared. I was like, what do you mean by I want? I don't want. I have, like, how are you going to do that? Krishna threatened him that if you don't find a way of me meeting Radharani right now, There is the Yamuna river, and I'm jumping in that river. Now you decide. And then Shubal gets scared. He's like, okay, wait, I will figure out something. You stay here, stay put, I'll come back. And then he goes with his calf to Radharani's in law's house. He's standing outside. And then what he does is he pulls up the calf's tail and pinches the cow. And she runs inside the house. And Radharani's mother in law, Jatila, she was sitting there and she witnesses this, that the calf just went in. And then running behind the calf comes Shubal. It's like, Jatila Mataji, my calf went inside. Can I go inside and please take my calf? And she says, no. If you are that same boy who has association with the black boy, they're talking about Krishna, I don't want you inside my house. And Subal goes around saying, no, no, Mataji, I have already broken all the relationships with him. I have nothing to do with him. I don't know what he thinks of himself. Today morning only I broke all my friendship with him. And then he was, Jatila Mataji was like, okay, go get your calf and then go out of my house quickly. And then he goes in, he finds Radharani's room, and he goes there and tells Radharani, Krishna is waiting for you. He wants to meet you in the one. And Radharani is like, how am I supposed to go? My mother-in-law is sitting outside. It's like, it's okay. Just dress up like me. So there was a lot of similarities in the looks of Shubhal and Radharani. So he's like, just dress up like me. And she was obviously extremely excited and happy. And she dressed up like Shubhal. Shubhal sat in that room for her as Radharani. And Radharani, she just ran out with the calf saying thank you to Jatila Mataji for letting me get in to get my calf. And she runs away. She runs away into the forest and meets Krishna. And there uh, she also acts naughty. So she's already dressed up like Shubhal. And then she goes to Krishna and says, oh, I'm so sorry. I could not get Radharani only. Do you want some other gopi to come? I can get somebody else, but Radharani is too tough to get. And Krishna gets all angry. He was like, no, 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 I want to meet Radharani. And then she starts laughing out loudly that it's me. I'm here, Radha. And then how would Shubhal get out of all those things where he's stuck? He's acting as Radharani in her house. So Radharani sends all her gopi friends to her house and tells them like bring Radharani and tell that there is a Surya Puja. So all the Gopi Sakhis go there and tell Jatila Mataji that there is a Surya Puja. Can we take Radharani with us? And she says, yeah, 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 sure, sure, please take her. And then they rescue Shubhal like this out of this situation. And when they go back in the forest, they change their clothes and then Radharani is in her form and Shubhal is obviously like Subal. So this was one very lovely pastime that I found. On Gopashtami, if you see all 364 days, we cannot do darshan of Radharani's feet, lotus feet. We cannot see her because it's always covered with her lehenga, ghagra, sari, whatever she's wearing. You cannot see it. But on Gopashtami, Radharani is dressed just like Subhal. So she is also dressed like a gopa. So that is the time when you can have the darshan of Radharani's lotus feet. So and also in just to add on couple of pointers that I read about it was in Srimad Bhagavatam in 11th canto, 11th chapter, 43 shloka. It is mentioned by Krishna that if you can worship me directly if you are going to be worshipping the cows. So this is also very clearly mentioned for how important cows are for Krishna and how much they should be for us too. Because when we Krishna loves Yamuna, we love Yamuna. Krishna loves Govardhan Parvat, we should love Govardhan Parvat. Krishna loves cow, we should love cow. And we also say this when we offer food to Krishna. Namo Brahmanaya Devaya Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha. So when we should also, like it is actually included everywhere, how important cows are for us as a devotee of Krishna. And it should not be only the day on the day of Gopashtami. It should be actually all 365 days of the year, but at least this day a special attention should be given towards cow services. There is one more thing that I heard Nitai Sevni Mataji's lecture only, that when you feed cow anything, jaggery, fruit, banana, whatever, when you feed and with their tongue, when they lick your palm, even if you have anything wrong happening in your life, it can be vanished. They say, what do they say? They sade sati and all, whatever graha problem is happening. When they lick your palm, they can wipe out all those issues from your life. That's how auspicious and pujaniya cows are, and that's how much importance we should be giving to them. Hare Krishna. So beautiful.
Hare Krishna. Amazing, Mataji. Thank you
Hare
so much.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Very,
So
very
beautiful.
nice. Amazing presentation. Okay. Any questions for Mataji?